Hey, it's your girl Meek, and I'm back with yet another unwanted opinion. I have to tell the truth. You women are in a power struggle. You feminists, um, third and fourth wave feminists are in a power struggle, and it's time you admit that you were never looking for equality. You were looking to be the ones at the top. Equality. You know what equality looks like? It looks like you making all of the money and taking care of your man. That's what it looks like. Men who were at the top always dated women in whatever category that they were in, and for the most part they stayed at home and they got taken care of. So when you women decided that you wanted to be breadwinners, you should have also been ready to be breadwinners, providers, and take care of homes. You should have a house husband. You should have a house husband. You should be the one that works 80 hours a week and make sure the children have everything they need for their extracurricular activities. And then you get a house husband, and he can make sure the children are getting all their emotional needs met, and he can be there to lead them in that category at the house. Okay? That's what y'all need to do. But y'all showing y'all hand because y'all never wanted equality. Y'all wanted to be at the top. Y'all can't have it all. You can't have it all. You do not get to have the man who at work working as hard as you. That's silly. And what's the point of you making all that money if once you reach your peak at your career, you're going to get a husband to sit down? No, you're not going to get a husband to sit down. It doesn't make sense to bring babies into a power struggle house. That's crazy as hell. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't want your children to live that way. You should make better decisions, and you should get a house husband. Like, I don't understand why y'all so mad about what Tyler Perry said. Because y'all need a house husband. Like, he shouldn't have to pay the light bill. If you out here making $100,000 plus per year, and not even $100,000 is not even enough to cover a household. But if you're making over $250,000 a year, ma'am, you can cover a household. You can cover a household, and he shouldn't have to make that with you. Like, he shouldn't have to do that. Like, you should be willing to invest into his dreams and let him start a business from the house while he's a house husband. While he's a house husband. Y'all wanted to work hard. Why y'all don't want equality? Why you don't want to be like the man who marries a woman from McDonald's and sits her at home so she can be a good mama to the children? Why y'all don't want that? Why y'all don't want to do that? Y'all want everything. Y'all power hungry, and it's not going to exist. It's never going to exist. That's not the way God intended it, and that's why we suffer when we go out here doing that silly stuff. We the only ones losing when we decide to be perpetually single. Okay, men are actually more conditioned to be alone. They are trained, and their bodies are built for them to be able to handle nature on their own. Like, we not so much. We need protection. It's no coincidence that since black women are the least married, we are the most kidnapped. Like, y'all think that's a coincidence? You know, it's not a coincidence. Y'all silly, y'all unprotected. And the only reason y'all are unprotected is because y'all are unwedded. Protection comes from your man. I don't know why y'all don't know that. Hi, again, back again, yet again with another unwanted opinion. Protection isn't provided to you by every man in the community. Protection is provided to you by the men that selected you and decided to lay his life on the line for you. So that decision is usually made when you're at the altar, when he makes that covenant with God. So if you're not doing that, no man owes you protection. So protection comes from the men that selects you and the men that he surrounds you around. So the men within the community, the men that he trusts, and the men that he knows are men that should be around his woman. So if you are a single woman deciding to be friends with a bunch of other single women, you're unprotected. Like, we're unprotected AF. It's really kind when men go out of their way to protect us, but they honestly do not owe us anything. They don't. And I'm sorry that y'all didn't know that. My granddaddy taught me that. I wish y'all would have had a granddaddy, but that's just the reality of it. You cannot expect protection from every man in the community because some of y'all not worth protecting. That's another unwanted opinion, and I'm willing to share them all. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood, and I have to share the word because the Lord told me to. So I'm getting it out to y'all. I'm giving it to y'all. Quite frankly, stop it. Stop it. Like, it's really not feminine to be out here just so hungry for all this power. Like, honestly, if you feel like that you need to be the strong, independent woman and you need to be the provider, be the provider. It's nothing wrong with you getting a house husband, but it's absolutely selfish if your goal is to be a provider, getting a provider, and then the children got to be at home being raised with by a nanny. Like, no. By all means, fellas, leave those women alone. By all means, leave those women alone. Our children are receiving enough indoctrination. It's about time we get back into actually educating our children ourselves. So if that's not something you want to do personally, you really have no business becoming a parent. I'm going to share that with you, because anything you want your child to know, you must teach. And y'all only seem to be teaching y'all kids how to do TikTok dances, because respect and manners and values and how they carry themselves in society, not to steal from people, those things just doesn't seem to be being taught. You know, the kid boys going up top around here. So what can we do in Cleveland, you know, but complain? No, heavens no. And I'm going to put a clip in. I'm definitely going to put a clip in of what the preteen of my city get to do with their single mothers who don't have time to raise them because they at work 80 hours a week because they're providers and they don't need men. They don't need men, but their kids get to be kid boys, and their daughters got curfews at 12. Unwanted opinion, you women suck. Sorry, not sorry. And it's like, I really want y'all to do better, because if y'all do better, it helps all of us. Like, the demeanor that you guys are deciding to run with makes us all look bad, and it puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and they assume that we're all that way. And I would like for y'all to stop representing me that way. Like, it's very selfish, not selfish. But you should care about how you represent the next woman, and you should understand that we should be more than loud and black, and we should be more than strong and independent. And we used to be known for being the best mothers the world have seen, and we're not even that. We have lost so many of the great characteristics that make us women. We're not nurturing. And that's something that I talk about often. Like, it's very rare that you will see a mother outside speaking love into their children. It's just like, I understand that there are some things that are passed down traumatically, and you know, people didn't want to do it because they didn't want their children auctioned off. But you know, we're well away from that time, and at this rate, the lack of, we're still auctioning off our children because not giving our children what they need inside of the home, that love, that support, that nurturing, is sending them into the streets looking for it. And then in the long run, we end up burying these babies, or we end up looking at them behind bars. So it's just like, we could do better collectively. Collectively. So the powerful women, y'all create these babies too when y'all got that power struggle thing going on. Like, when y'all want to essentially neglect your children so you can go to work. Like, what the hell? Like, I watched a video that said that Women traded in having men as bosses to having real bosses, and then y'all enjoying the wage slavery. It is really like we really doing that. Like, granted, you don't see a paycheck when you raising children, but there is a check. It is a check. Like, I'm a mom. I'm a single mom, and I love my kid. I love my kid, and I speak life into my baby every day. And the fulfillment is your paycheck is how they turn out into the world. How people speak about your child is your reward. So if your child can represent you well behind your back and people have nothing but positive things to say about them, that's something amazing. Like, that makes you feel good. So every accomplishment your child makes, that's sort of a reflection of what you have done. That's your paycheck on your investment. So you should want to create great children. So the fact that we're not is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. The fact that we would rather put the responsibility of our children, people that we've carried in us, into somebody else's hand, that's crazy to me. Like, if you are a woman and you feel like that your child should be raised by a third party, you have absolutely no business being a wife. You have absolutely no business being a mother, and I absolutely encourage men to stay away from you. That's my unwanted opinion. And I'm not like you just can't do both. If you are career oriented, you're usually not into that mother role, and children don't need a mother that neglects them. Like, we have plenty of children that's roaming this earth that needs therapy because they didn't get the love that they needed from their mothers. Like, that's something we should want to put a stop to. Just because you seen your mama working hard and she couldn't give you what you needed doesn't mean that you should pass down that traumatic experience to your child, because that's very traumatic. Like, I can speak on my mommy issues, and I can share that. Like, my mom, like, so I'll share my mommy issues. So my mom, I don't know what it's like to be poor. My mama didn't have us in the ghetto for like no crazy part of the ghetto. We were always in like a family part of the ghetto. My parents said that they wanted to keep us humbled. That's what their words were. Like, we don't want y'all to get spoiled and not know where y'all come from. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but whatever. But to each his own. I'm not going to do that with my next set of children. But, so they always made sure we had stuff. So I can't say that I was poor, but my mother had her first kid at 16, but it was just the lifestyle that she was chasing. It's something outside that she looking for. Before Future could even talk about the streets, my daddy was talking about my mama being in them, and she was always in them. Like, my mama was in the streets, so that really bothered me as a child, to not have a mother around. Like, that was my first teacher. That was somebody that I looked up to. Like, a lot of my mannerisms are my mother's. Like, my face is starting to change into hers. Like, how I sit, how I carry myself, how I dress people. Like, she's a very respectable woman. She carries a lot of feminine energy for the most part. It's just she got some feminist philosophies like y'all. One of which being she didn't need a man and broke up our damn family. And we still got beef about that. We still got beef about it. Here's another unwanted opinion, and I wish you people would stop acting like being strong and independent was really a flex, because it's a lot of y'all who mama's expecting y'all to take care of them. My mama is expecting me to take care of her. Stop playing like that's not going on. Like, it's a lot of us that's experiencing that. Like, it's hard for us to come up because we have so many people that's dependent upon us that are expecting us to take them along our journeys. So that's a lot of our parents, because our parents did not plan for this, because they thought being strong and independent was a wave, when they knew gosh and darn well they were not preparing for the end of their life. Gosh and darn well they wasn't preparing for the end of their life. And you know who prepared for the end of lives? Men, okay? We have discussed this before. Men are retirement plans. All you boss babes and all you money makers, y'all don't put no money back into the community. Y'all don't be going to invest in, no, y'all are not doing it in droves. And then a lot of y'all invest y'all money into crap. Y'all not owning properties. Y'all not doing nothing. Nothing. So please spare me. Y'all making all that money just to spend it on yourselves. So yeah, I'm absolutely advocating that nobody select y'all. Like, if that's your whole mindset, no, you don't need to be a part of helping teach the children, because that programming is what we need to put a stop to. That programming is deconstructing the black community, and it's keeping families from being built. Absolutely not. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it, and you should be sick of it too. Like, one of the reasons that we're at the bottom is because we're the only goofballs walking around here acting like we don't need our men. How everybody else know they need a man but us? And everybody that wants to join us looks silly. Like, how is paying 30% of bills better or worse than paying 100% of your bills? Like, I don't be understanding y'all trades off. Like, yes, granted, it would be great to have no bills to be paid, but that's not going to be everybody's reality. Like, it's just not. And even if you have to work, you're only investing a little. And God forbid, jeez Louise, y'all not going to work when these babies is babies. Newsflash, good daycares cost your salary. So what's the point of going back to work? It's absolutely no reason to go back to work. It's actually financially more responsible for you to stay home. So if that's not something that you desire to do, you don't need to be a mom. I had a kid at 18. I went to college, but I ain't go to work. And I loved every bit of being at home with my baby. Like, I loved every bit of, like, and I wanted him to be a genius. And the only way I can make him the genius I wanted him to be was for me to be at home. I couldn't be sitting up here trying to do a whole bunch of jobs, work, and go to college and make my child be as excellent as possible. No, I needed to be there in his face. So, you know, if that's not in you, you're not a mom. And it's okay. Everybody is not created to be a mom. Like, everybody has different roles. Like, we need some of you strong sisters in the workforce. We need y'all. We need some of y'all badasses. Like, some of you are definitely pillars and you are needed, but we don't need you to carry no babies. We don't need you to carry no babies, and we especially don't need you to carry no babies if you don't want a house husband. Girl, if you don't want a house husband, you cannot, no, you do not get to work 80 hours a week and not have a house husband and have babies. Absolutely not. It's not fair to the children. And what if you want babies? What if those babies want a mama at home? Like, if that's not something that you're thinking about, being a mother, okay, it's a job, all right? Parenthood in general comes with sacrifice. And if you're not ready to make sacrifices, you're not ready to be a parent, okay? And we don't need you to join our community because we have enough bad parents that we're trying to kick out of the group, all right? And we don't need no more of y'all putting out more bad seeds that we got to send to therapy, okay? The goal should be raising as many healthy beings as possible. That should be a goal for all of us. And if that's not something that you can do fully and 100%, you should reconsider bringing people here. Unwanted opinion. Like, children are to be planned, okay? Children should be planned. They shouldn't just be something that we just have. It's not, children shouldn't be oops. And, you know, I got a oops baby. I talk about my oops baby. Like, my son is the product of a one-night stand, condom never broke. And it's like, girl, you lying. It's like, no, real life, my condom never broke. And, you know, 5% of people have condom children. It sucks for us here. It sucks for us. And the only reality to it is that we should have been having sex. Shouldn't be having sex with people that I don't have no business having sex with. Like, it's just the reality of it. And it's the consequence that came with the decision that I made. I'm not like the rest of y'all, though. I didn't go out and have a whole bunch of babies. Like, and it's like, I learned instantly that them condoms ain't work for me. Like, that's what I learned. And I have been doing everything in my power to make sure I don't have no more babies until I'm married. So it's all about choices, ladies. And if you are choosing to be a third and fourth wave feminist and a goofy, you deserve to be alone. That's what I'm gonna say. I agree with the men, and I agree with my fellow sisters who share my opinion. It's just simple for me. It's just like, it's toxic. It's toxic. It's generational trauma. It's disgusting behavior. And you would think that we would want better. You would think that we would want better. I don't see why we don't want better. And if you don't want better for the community, I want to kick you out. I'm voting you off of our island. Voting you off of your island. Okay? Um, so it's your girl Meek, and this was an unwanted opinion. Until next time.